Hi folks, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg and this is all about candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur. Today I have a review for you from Goose Creek. This is pink bubblegum. Pink bubblegum, people. Get into your teenage bubblegum fantasy here. This candle, it was strong. It was a strong bubblegum candle. I feel like it was a bit of a flex for Goose Creek to put this out shortly after Bath and Body Works dropped that pink gumball candle that was unscented. Goose Creek was kind of like, well, we're gonna do a pink bubblegum and you're gonna be able to smell it. This candle was pretty strong, folks. The scent notes on it are pink bubblegum, powdered sugar, and vanilla, and it really doesn't get any more complicated than that. This is a really good bubblegum fragrance. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, this one was strong. I'd say that this was performing at about a 7 or a 7.5 for strength and throw. And this is not a lovely, high-end, balanced fragrance. This is one big fat middle note of pink bubblegum. I enjoyed burning the first half of this candle tremendously. It definitely had that double bubble vibe from my childhood, so there's definitely some nostalgia that helped me appreciate this candle so much. However, last half of the candle was not a pretty picture. It was a really pretty candle at one point. It actually looked quite pretty when it was burning and it had a really pretty pink wax. However, I just could not with the sooting. Around the time that it started sooting, I'm at about this point here. So maybe a little bit more than half the candle. Once it started sooting, I looked in there and it was just like a dark, oily swirl of wax happening. I think that it is a trade-off. It's the trade-off that you pay with Goose Creek for great strength and throw. I've never burned a bubblegum candle that was as strong as this one, but unfortunately, it's one of those candles that you just can't burn all the way through, at least not inside, unless you really like cleaning soot off of your walls. You can see that I marked it. I always put a circle under my candles once I put them under a candle lamp so that I know not to light them again. And my whole kitchen smelled like bubblegum for 2 days. Oh gosh, my boyfriend is used to walking into my kitchen and smelling something strange. Like one day it's gonna be bubblegum, the next day it's gonna be a peppermint sugar cookie, the next day it's going to be like a real potent bamboo. He walks into the kitchen, it's like, bubblegum? Is this bubblegum? Yeah. I had to stop burning it, so it's a kitchen lamp candle now for the rest of its life. Goose Creek, they really do have some great fragrances and they have great strength and throw, but I'd say that about half of their candles you end up with huge issues at this point. And you know, Bath and Body Works isn't really that different. Bath and Body Works candles in general, they do burn cleaner and more nicely, but I'd say about half of the time you run into a problem with the last half of a Bath and Body Works candle to some degree. Not the level of soot that we're getting from some Goose Creek candles, but they are very similar. They are very similar experiences in that regard. But Goose Creek, they're just using this wax. They must just be using this type of wax that is just great for strength and throw, but not great for the walls in your house. You have to be careful with them. I don't burn them for longer than 2 hours. And you have to make peace with the fact that you're buying them for the fragrance. And so if you're a person that likes or doesn't mind lamping or crocking candles like me, I can see why you stand by Goose Creek. If you're the type of person who gets really frustrated with not having a beautiful burn experience from top to bottom, it's just not the company for you. But you know, I enjoyed the pink bubblegum while it was around and while it lasted. Not a repurchase for me, and I can only recommend it to you if you're okay with all of the stuff that I just said about it. You know, if it is a strong bubblegum candle, and so if you want to scratch that itch, it's going to do it for you. And I would just recommend, you know, probably you're going to be wanting to put the last half of it outside, in a crock, or under a lamp. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Thanks for joining me today. Let me know in the comments if you've burned this candle and what your experience was like with it. If you could hit me up with a like or a subscription, that would really mean the world to me. And until next time, my dear candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, folks. Bye-bye.